What is up, everyone? This is Faust Hound, and this is Faust Talks. Oh yeah. So I'm doing a little bit of long drive, so I don't mind doing a little bit longer of a video, which will give me something. So okay, I haven't done a video all week, mostly because I've been busy or I've been wanting to watch some videos and stuff like that to catch me up on many different things. Hold on, let me blow my nose. So overall, let me tell you about some plans that I have to do, plans I have to make. So, first of all, over the weekend, the warhammer, what I have done. So, I played some Warhammer last week over at the LGS. It was a 2000.3 player game. Alright, so there was first the Eldar. It was Eldar doing a different mix of different things. I don't know exactly what this guy was doing, but he brought some Lord of War tank that the Eldar have. Some crazy powerful tank with like a 60-inch gun and like stuff like that. I'm just like, okay. That does some heavy damage. And other stuff. And then the next player was a AdMech player. He's not that good. Let's say about that. He confuses a lot of things. He mixes a lot of things up. Yeah, he comes up with actually pretty good combos. Don't get that wrong. But that's all. Is he comes up with a good little combo for a few weak units. That, yeah, they can do some heavy damage, but overall, they're very weak units that can actually do some like major stuff. But that's all he does is like 3-4 weak units that he comes up with some good combos and then some heavy support pieces, and then that's it. It's over. So that's all he really does. And he's not that good. And most of his army is kind of weird mix match stuff. There isn't anything that's kind of like a coherent force. So he's not the best. And then there's me. I'm playing Raven Wing. I had 3 bike squads of 6 bikers, 1 attack bike. Everyone that's possible is carrying a chainsword or a multi-melta. Or not a multi-melta, but a melted weapon of some sort. And then I had Samuel. I had a librarian. Then I had 4 land speeders. So I'm running that list. Okay, we're playing. So I ended up going first, so I zoomed everyone up far as I can, and then moved up my land speeders up. Yeah, and advanced them because during the first turn, you don't have to pay any command points for speed of the Raven, so you can attack after you advance. So I advanced them forward. They're up on some hills, and I took some points. I shot the rockets, and then I shot a multi-melta. I blew up some infantry from the Eldar because I really didn't want to destroy his big Lord of War tank thing he had. And I didn't shoot his Wraith Lord because it was on the other side, going to be attacking the AdMech player. Oh yeah. How the deployment was set up, we used a 4x8 board. So on 2 feet on the far corners that's where we were, and then in the center, the Eldar player had a very fortified little area. Like, it's extremely fortified zone he had. Extremely fortified, and then since he was kind of in the center, we gave him a little plus. We told him, it's like, hey homie, if you're going to be up here in the center, we're going to give you like -1 to hit if your guys did not move. Like, or during turn 1, you're going to get -1 to hit on everything. So that did help him during the first turn because he was in the center and he was easier for all of us to attack. So everything was in cover and everything had a -1, plus -1 to hit. So even if it already had -1, it had another -1. up to a 6, we said. Okay, so I went up there. Land speeders, they went far as they could go, just because I knew I had that -1. So I shot everything, pretty much, things hitting on 4s. I almost took out one infantry squad, and it took out one of his smaller little vehicles that the Eldar had, which he didn't care too much about. He's like, okay, one little squad not fully taken out, and then this other one, yeah, it was like some Guardian stuff, so real cheap for him. Yeah, I was in range to actually attack his big tank, but I didn't want to deal damage to it during turn 1 because it's like, dude, he needs at least 1 turn to use it. So AdMech player goes up, he goes up there, he tries to attack another vehicle, he just couldn't put enough damage on it to destroy it. Oh wait, let me continue with my stuff. I'm getting a little bit mixed up in the head right now. I'm driving, trying to talk. Okay, so after I did some damage to him, my other few land speeders, they actually shot over to the AdMech as far as they could go. So the rockets to AdMech, and then the multi-meltas into that same little Guardian squad. So I didn't fully kill the Guardian squad. There's only one guy in a tank left, or like their heavy artillery piece that they were carrying. So one ran away, and then he passed the attrition. So he had that little tank, or that little artillery piece. And then I shot so the stuff I shot on the AdMech, it was one of those Castellan robots, one of those big robots. I did enough damage to take that sucker down. I shot at the little squad of the 3 Castellan robots. It hit, and those suckers, I dealt like what? One was 6, one weapon was actually 5 damage, the other one was like 3 damage, and I just killed one. It's like, okay, one's down, you still got 2 left. Eldar player went, he moved some stuff around, shot, most of his army is literally a deep strike. So he brought one thing down out of deep strike during turn 1 since he was able to. So it comes out, hits down, and then brings out some like the Wraith Blades to attack the AdMech player. And then he uses his heavy weapon into the AdMech player, destroys, like, I forgot what he had, but destroyed a vehicle, it popped. And then the next thing is it goes to the AdMech player. I didn't see what he was doing. I literally got up and I went to go grab a drink and stuff, and then heat up some food. And then by the time I got back, is that the turn was finished. His turn was finished, and so it was my turn. I just sped up. Like, I had 2 squads heading to the AdMech and 2 land speeders. And then I had 1 bike squad, and then 1 AdMech, and a librarian, or 1 bike squad, a librarian, and a land speeders to the Eldar. 2 bike squads, 2 land speeders, a Samuel, and then an apothecary, and an ancient, a Ravenwing, heading to the AdMech. The Eldar player was literally the least of my concern. Because, yeah, he could do a little bit of damage to me, but overall, it's like, hey, I am focusing on taking out the AdMech guy because he got a lot of shooting, but still is that his forces were split. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to attack this guy and just bring a little bit of my guys to annoy the Eldar. So I sent out my bike squad to the Eldar. I shot his big tank because I'm thinking, like, you know what, I'm not going to do too much damage just with one land speeder and then everything else into some infantry squad. I pretty much everything poofed on the infantry squad and he only lost 2 guys there. I shot 2 missiles at the Eldar's heavy tank, and then I ended up dealing freaking what's that called? 12 damage to it. And the thing pops. I'm like, what the heck, dude? I thought that thing had more life. And he's like, yeah, it has 28 wounds, but he did a shitload to it. I'm like, oh crap. I would actually not shot that if I knew that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. That was my thing. And then my bikes, I shot them up far as I could, got that 4+ jinx, and then used the 2 command points for Speed of the Raven, which allows the wind is pretty hard. My car's kind of feels like it's shaking a little. Okay, so I shot the 2 bike squads up, land speeders up, use Speed of the Raven so that they're allowed to shoot after they advance, and it's at a -1 for all their different things. So it's like, okay. So they shot everything that they got into the AdMech. It was really I could only shoot like 1 little infantry squad that was actually protecting Call with everything I could. So 1 bike squad shot everything it could at that thing. Didn't kill it fully. And then my land speeders, they were up high since they have fly and they don't have to worry about terrain and things. So they're up there and they shoot down onto the bike squad. Or not the bike squad, but the little infantry squad. I killed it with 1, and then after that, the second one shot everything into Call. Only did like 2 damage to Call. And then I had 1 bike squad that was actually close enough that where I had a multi-melta and 2 meltas into Call. Shot them both into Call and took out Call right there. Boof. AdMech player was kind of depressed because it's like first time bringing out Call. Or first or second time, something like that. But Call died. He was a little bit disappointed. But he kind of left Call on the edge right next to where my Raven Wing is going to go. And it's like, dude, you only had 1 bike squad, dude. You had nothing else. You didn't have any vehicles, anything else around him. And you already know how Raven Wing is. They have a shitload of they have a shitload of bolters. I can use a lot of bolters to take out so many things. And I can use my meltas to take out the hard targets. Okay, after that, his Eldar player went. He dropped down a whole bunch of freaking warp spiders. I'm like, dude, like 3 groups of warp spiders, and like then 2 more vehicles that dropped down that was holding like some Wraith Guard. So he sent the Wraith spiders on me and attacking my land speeders. He dealt some decent damage. He took out 1 land speeder and then dealt some damage to the other ones, and I told him, like, dude, just focus on it. And it's like, oh, warp spider only have a 12-inch shot. I'm like, dang it, dude. Should have set it up where you could have focus fired all your guys onto 1 to take out the other one. So took out 1, and then he charged into. And then after that, I forgot what else he did. But then he moved over to... Then it moved over to the AdMech player. AdMech decided to bring in his Deep Strike guys onto my side to attack my bike squad, which was near the Eldar base. So he brought out all his stuff, like a plane and some like running guys and stuff, and shot up. He brought his guys into melee range, attacked my bike squad, dealt some decent damage to them, but I put Righteous Repugnant on them so that when they fight, they can reroll wounds and hit rolls on the fight phase. And just because they advanced and everything, they had a 4+ up, but that was really against the shooting. And then there was his guys, they only had like a +2. A +2 AP. I think it was using some arc blades or some stuff like that, arc rods. It's just only AP -2. That didn't do much to my Raven Wing, because they're 5+, so he was actually wounding my guys on a 4. So half of it was yeah. Okay, I almost missed my turn because I'm talking. Okay, so he sent those guys in to fight with me. They had like 30 something hits on me. I'm just like, okay, that's a lot of hits, but he used like the stratagem and charged them and all the different shit, which is actually a great combo. Is like, hey, yeah, you can have like 38 something hits or like 40 something hits. Yeah, because he has to use some of my dice, so it's like, sure. So I'm guessing it's like 40 something hits. So I use those. Yeah, so he was he's hitting my guys. Oh, okay. So he hit my guys. He was hitting them on 4s. I forgot why. I think I had something on them that where it's like, okay, it's -4, or it's like -1 to hit my guys. So I had that going. Had that going on. So it was hitting on 4, so half of them missed, and then he was wounded on 4s because they were strength 5 and my guys were toughness 5. So half. And then he's down to literally 10 hits. Like it wasn't 10 wounds, it was 8 wounds or something like that. A little bit less than 75%. And then so those hit, he dealt like 2 mortal wounds, which is like, okay, I'll take the 2 mortal wounds. And then all the other hits, literally, I got everything but like 1-4. So he killed 1 of my bikers. Because it was like, okay, 2 wounds already on it. Now another wound pops up and boom. Okay, you killed 1 biker. And then like after that, it was pretty much, it was getting a little bit late. And I'm like, okay, I'll do one more phase. So I did one more phase. I pushed my guys, and then he had a lot of his guys over by my bike squads. I just took out half his army because I was close in range. All those bolter shots, missiles, meltas, everything. It just tore everything up he had. And then the Eldar player went. Eldar player pretty much, like I pulled out my speeders where they were. So I just pulled out my speeders that were in melee with the Eldar, because flying units can pull out from melee and then shoot. So that's what I did. I had them pull out and shoot the Eldar player. And then since he was, or not the Eldar, but the AdMech player. Then the Eldar player is with the Warp Spiders. He's like, oh yeah, these guys can teleport damn near anywhere. So he just like decided, like, okay, I'll wipe out the rest of the AdMech player. So he came out and then AdMech player was the first one wiped out. And then he sent his striking scorpions he had out on me. So he sent out that full squad of striking scorpions at me. And I'm like, okay, there they are. They're some tough little bastards. So I did Overwatch, because he sent a group of them to one of my bike squads, one of my full bike squads. And then he sent everything out to him. And then I'm like, okay. And then I just, what's that called? I did Overwatch. I rolled for bolters, and it was during my during the tactical doctrine, so I had -1 to my bolters. So everything shot at him. It just like it was a shitload. 7 times 4, whatever number that is. That is how many shots I had. I got a whole bunch of 6s. He was not able to save because yeah, they're like what, armor 3. So yeah, he needed a 4-up. So he didn't get a lot of hits, a lot of saves. So there goes half his unit. Then I shot my 4 Meltas at him. The Meltas, 3 of them hit. I'm like, okay, I got 3 6s, and I'm rolling this in a dice tray, so Eldar player can see it. He's like, damn. And then I rolled. They wounded because it needed a 2 to wound. So they wounded, and they were 4-up, so he had to use his 5-up save, and he didn't save, or his 5-up invuln, and he didn't get it. So 3 of them died. And then now he is. So now he literally has 3 guys, or wait, 5 died, and then 3 more died. 7, 8. So he had 2 dudes. He had the Exarch, and then he had another guy. They charged at my guys, tried to hit them, and yeah, they did some damage, but we're talking about Marines, -1 to all their to all AP with armor contempt. So all that happened, doof, and his weapons were only, I think they were -2 AP or something, -2 AP. So that didn't do shit. It's just like, okay, 4-ups. So I rolled everything but 3 4-ups. I did not get, and 1 bike Marine died, and he was just like, really? After all that shit, and only 1 Marine died. Yeah, 1 biker. Yeah, 5 toughness. Yeah, 5 toughness and 3 wounds a pop. Yeah, they're a little bit harder to wound than Terminators, but Terminator's armor is a lot better. But yeah, so the Raven Wing are kind of like, they're kind of like Primaris, like guys in Gravis armor. They have 5 toughness, 3 wounds. They're kind of hard to pop, and they're fast as hell. And then he destroyed the AdMech player, so AdMech didn't go, and we decided, it's like, alrighty then. And he's like, you know what, I am actually going to lose, because we did have points. We were going with points and everything. It's just because I had Raven Wing, and I was able to move my guys so far out, and nobody was able to contest the points. Yeah, because we did sticky points. So it's like, you claim it, it's yours until someone else comes and reclaims it, and then you lose the point if someone takes it. So I had most, my bikers were the whatever it's called. Okay, video is actually going to be ending soon. I'm almost out of time. So my bikers are objective secured, my land speeders weren't. But land speeders were still able to capture the point because no one contested them. And then my bikers claimed the rest. And then I just ended up winning with points, and the Eldar player said he couldn't catch up in points or even be able to fight me. Because I was going to be able to destroy most of his army just with the shooting alone. But alrighty then, guys, I'm going to end the video here since it's almost time's almost up, and I'm almost at my destination. So I will talk to you guys later. So like, subscribe, share, and remember, most importantly of all, always love the Kellhound. You all take care, homies.